Hello everyone, welcome to Pabbly. In this video, we are going to talk about the top 5 Stripe automations. Now, we know that Stripe is a renowned payment gateway that we have been using in and out. Now, how can you integrate Stripe with different applications like WhatsApp, Google Sheets, Google Docs, etc. with the help of Pabbly Connect? Now, we are going to present to you a step-by-step guide on how you can integrate and the top 5 automations. So, here we have the examples. How can you get accurate payment amount from Stripe in Pabbly Connect? Then how can you send refund information from Stripe to ConvertKit, export disputed payments in Stripe to MySQL, send Stripe payment notifications to team members on Telegram, thank Stripe customers with an automated email. So we have integrated so many applications. So if there is a refund or if there is a failed payment or you just want to thank the customer for making the payment, I'm going to make this very easy for you. So let's not waste any time. Let me take you to my screen to understand what we have to do.
Hello and welcome to Pabbly. So a lot of users were facing some issue with the response which Stripe sends as a trigger with the payment amount. So here guys, the Stripe while sending the webhook response of a new payment, it does not support the decimal value. That's why it sends some extra 2 zeros with the amount over here. So here on my screen, you can see that I have created an automation workflow inside Pabbly Connect. In this workflow, I have selected the trigger application as Stripe and the trigger event is checkout complete. After that, using this webhook URL, I have connected my Stripe account with Pabbly Connect. And after making a test payment over here of 500 rupees on my Stripe account, we have received the payment response over here. Now, when we will scroll to this responses, you will see we have also received the response of the amount of the payment over here. And here you can see the total amount, the response of total amount. But here you will notice that we made a payment of 500 rupees. But the amount, the total amount which we have received inside Pabbly Connect is showing us 50,000 over here. Now, as I told you, this is because while sending the webhook response, while sending the payment details, Stripe does not support this decimal value. That's why it has also added the 2 extra zeros after the decimal in this total amount. And it has eliminated the decimal from this. So here guys, we always get this kind of responses from payment gateways which we use as trigger in our automation workflow. And in this video, we are going to see how you can actually correct this amount over here. So we have successfully received the webhook response and we have received the amount over here. This is the response of total amount. Now we have to actually convert this amount of 50,000 to 500. And for that, what we are going to do, to add the decimal or to get the correct amount, we will be dividing this total response of amount by 100. And to make this happen, we will be using a feature, a module of Pabbly Connect that is called number formatter. So we will just scroll down, come to our action window, and here in choose app, search for number formatter. Just select it. After selecting number formatter by Pabbly, in action event from this drop down, select the action event as perform math operation and then just click on connect. Now, because we want to divide this complete response of amount by 100, that's why we have selected the action event as perform math operation. After selecting this action event over here, the first thing it asks us is the numbers. That what are the numbers on which we want to perform the math operation. So here in numbers section, first we have to actually map this response of amount which we have received from Stripe in the trigger window. So from these trigger responses, we are going to map this response of amount over here. And as you all know, the process of mapping is very simple. Simply click on this field and here in this dropdown, you will see a list of all the trigger responses of a new payment which we have received from Stripe inside Pabbly Connect's trigger window. And out of all of these responses, select this response of amount and then just map it over here. After mapping the amount, here what we have to do, in the same number field, we have to add a comma and then we are going to write 100 because we want to divide this number by 100. So we have added a comma and written 100 over here. After mapping the amount and adding 100 after the comma in the numbers section, here in operations from this dropdown, we are going to select the operation as divide because we want to perform the division between these two numbers. So we have selected the operation as divide. And then just click on save and send test request. Now when we click on save and send test request, here you can see that we have received the response and then this response you can see 500 over here. We have successfully divided this response of 50,000 by 100 and received 500. and 500 was the actual amount for which we made the payment on our Stripe payment page. So in this way, using number formatter by Pabbly and performing this math operation, basically dividing our complete response of amount by 100, you can get the exact same number, the current value or the current amount of payment for which we have received the payment on our Stripe payment page.
In this video, we are going to see how to tag subscriber in ConvertKit on refund of payment in Stripe. So here my objective is every time a user has applied for refund and the refund has been initiated on Stripe, which is a payment gateway, the same user which is there on ConvertKit, I just want to tag the subscriber like refund Stripe. Now how can that be done? For this we will have to integrate these two applications, and the same thing can be done using Pabbly Connect software. So here your trigger application will be Stripe and your action application will be ConvertKit. Now how can you do this yourself? Integrate and automate this entire process. To understand that, let me take you to my screen. To begin with the process, we are first going to type the URL pabbly.com/connect. And as we do that, here we have reached the landing page. On the right hand side, we have two options, sign in and sign up for free. So since I'm an existing user, I'm going to click on sign in. If you are a new user, please sign up. It is not going to take more than 2 minutes. Now here we have reached the all applications page, and these are the various products of Pabbly. I'm going to click on access now for Pabbly Connect. As we do that, you can see we have reached dashboard. Now on the right hand side, we have a tab, create workflow. Please click on this blue tab, and here a dialog box has appeared which is asking us to name this workflow. Now what is my objective here? My objective is that every time from Stripe there is a refund initiated for any particular product, then that particular user should be tagged as a Stripe refund subscriber in ConvertKit. So I'm going to name it as Stripe ConvertKit integration. Now I'm going to click on create. As we do that, here we have reached another window which has got two extremely important modules. One here is trigger, another one is action. Now triggers and actions are basically those two principles or concepts on which this entire automation works. Trigger is when this happens, action says do this. Basically action here is the response of your trigger application. Now as per this integration, my trigger application here will be Stripe, which is a payment gateway. And now comes the trigger event. So this is the event that is going to make this workflow run, and here it would be new refund. Now here you can see that we have received a webhook URL which is going to act as a bridge for connecting Stripe and Pabbly Connect. So I'm going to copy this, and then we have to follow the following help desk. Please read this carefully. Let me show you what exactly we have to do. So I already have logged into my Stripe account. This is my Stripe account and I'm working in test mode here. Let's go to developers. Here we have to go to webhooks. Then on the right hand side you can see add endpoint. Let's click on this. Now here we have to paste the URL that we have just copied. If you wish to add a description, you can write it here. Now the version, so always go for latest API version. We have to select the events. So it is very well mentioned here that we have to choose charge refunded. So here I'm going to go for charge, and we have to go for charge refunded. Let's click on add events, add endpoint. So as we do that, here we can see that our webhook is all set. Now I'm going to take you back to Pabbly Connect. So here it is saying, now do a test submission so that the data can be recorded here in the webhook response. Which means that now if there is a payment which has been successful, we are going to apply for refund. So going back to Stripe, let's go to payments. So here we have to go to overview, and now you can see that these are the successful payments. So I'm going to click on the 3 dots over here. You can see refund payment. Let's click on this. Now here it is asking me the reason for refund. So let's say that it is requested by customer, and now I'm going to click on refund. As I do that, you can see that 500 rupees has been refunded. Now going back to Pabbly Connect, let's see if we have received the response, and yes, here it is. So what is the type? It is charge refunded. As I take you down, this here is the ID. Here is the data previous attributes receipt URL. Then as I take you down, here we have the Visa card details. So I'm going to again go down. Now this here is the customer ID. Here we have got the customer details. This here is the name. Then we have the email address. Here we have the entire address. Now you can see this is the amount that has been refunded. Now the amount originally it was 500 rupees, but here it is getting reflected as 50,000. Why? because this payment gateway has a little glitch. It doesn't take decimal point into consideration. And that is it. Once we have received this information, now I want that the same user should be tagged as a Stripe refund subscriber in ConvertKit. So I'm going to choose my next action application here as ConvertKit. Let's click on this. And the action event here would be to tag a subscriber. Let's click on connect. So here Pabbly Connect is asking to connect itself with the ConvertKit account. So I'm going to select add new connection. Now to set up this connection, we need this API key and API secret. So I'm going to click on this hyperlink that has been given. So I already have logged into my ConvertKit account. So let's go to account setting. And here as I scroll down, here we have the option of advanced. Let's click on that. And now this here is the API key. So I'm going to copy this, go back to Pabbly Connect and paste this over here. Now for the API secret, here it is. Let's click on show, copy the same, go back to Pabbly Connect and paste this over here. Let's click on save to set up this connection. Now here we need the tag ID, email address and the first name of the person. So first of all, for the tag ID, as I click on this, so these are the various tags already created. Now let's say that you wish to create a new tag. So let me take you to my ConvertKit account. So this here is my ConvertKit account and here we are going to go to subscribers. So on the right hand side, you can see tags. So you can just create a tag by clicking on this tab. Okay, taking you back to Pabbly Connect, here I'm going to select Refund Stripe. Now we have to here map the email address of the person. How do we do that? So as I click on this, you can see the previous step and here we are going to look for the email address and yes, here it is. Now comes the first name. Now here we have received the information, but we have received the complete name of the person. So I'm going to split this information. How? Let's click on this action step. And here I'm going to choose a feature by Pabbly, which is text formatter. So let's click on this. And the action event here would be to split text. Let's click on connect. And here we are going to map the data. How? Again, let's click on this, go to step 1. And as I take you down, here is the name. Now again, the method with which I have added the information here is known as mapping, and this is important so that every time the workflow runs, it can take the new data into consideration. Had I written the same information manually, then even when my workflow was running for the nth time, it wouldn't have taken the new data. It would have taken the same name. And then my workflow wouldn't have been a success. Just to avoid that, we map the information. Next is the separator. So here I want to separate these two words and the separator is space. So how am I supposed to write it? Double curly braces, then space, again double curly braces. So it is very well mentioned here. Now which segment do I want? I want all. I'm going to click on save and send test request. And here you can see that I have received the information. Now I'm going to take you back to ConvertKit. Let's click on connection again and I'm going to go ahead with the existing connection. And now for the first name, let's click on this, go to step 2, here is the first name. Let's click on save and send test request. And as we do that, here you can see that we have received the information, which basically means that now this particular subscriber must be tagged. So let's go and check our ConvertKit account. So here we have demo user. Let's click on this and you can see that yes, there's a tag Refund Stripe, which has been attached with this user. So this basically means that our integration is a complete success. But we also need to check the same in real time. So I'm going to take you back to Stripe. And let's say this time here, this is the subscription that I want to get refund for. So I'm going to click on the 3 dots, go to refund payment. And what is the reason this time? It is fraudulent. So I'm going to click on refund. And yes, the refund has been initiated. Now what should happen? So this particular email address, new dummy 1234. So this user should be tagged. Going back to ConvertKit, let's go to grow subscribers. So these are the subscribers and yes, new dummy 1234. Let's click on this. And yes, here you can see that there is a tag Refund Stripe. So this means that our integration is a complete success. Taking you back to Pabbly Connect, let's understand what we have done. So this is an extremely easy 2-step integration process where the trigger is Stripe, the event is new refund, and our action application here is ConvertKit, where the event is tag a subscriber. To split the name, we have used a feature by Pabbly which is text formatter. I hope this is absolutely clear to you. If in case you have any doubt, you can refer to the workflow which is given in the video description. You can also clone the same and start to process immediately. Apart from this, if you have any specific integration to work on, you can always write to us.
Hey everyone, welcome back. So today's video is for all the Stripe users out there. If you have ever encountered payment disputes in Stripe and wondered how you can handle this dispute efficiently, then this video is for you. Here I'm going to show you how you can export payment disputes data from Stripe automatically to MySQL's database. So this automation is going to be incredibly useful for businessmen or individuals who want to keep the track of payment disputes, to further analyze it, to create reports, or just for watching the patterns. So guys, this video is going to help you in saving your time as well. And we can set up this automation workflow without any coding super simply. So let's begin. To create the workflow, we are using Pabbly Connect, which is an integration and automation tool. And this is the landing page of Pabbly Connect. From here, you can sign up for free and you will get free automation tasks every month. So sign up right now from the given link in the description. And after that, you can sign in and follow me through the video to learn this automation. So after signing in, you will reach the dashboard of Pabbly Connect. From here, click on this create workflow button. Here you can give a suitable name to this workflow. So let me give a name here. So I have given the name export Stripe payment disputes to MySQL. Now you can click on this create button and you can see the workflow page is loading up here. And on this page, guys, you will find these two modules, the trigger and the action. So with the help of these two things, we can set up any automation. Trigger is that event which is going to start the workflow. And the action would be an automated consequence or the response of the trigger. In our use case, guys, getting a payment dispute in Stripe is going to trigger the workflow, and the action would be to save the disputed payments data in SQL's database in a table. Okay. So here, first of all, you have to select MySQL as the trigger app. Sorry, not MySQL, Stripe. Sorry, Stripe as your trigger application, because the payment dispute is happening in Stripe. Okay, and that is triggering the workflow. So select the trigger event as new dispute. So you'll find this new dispute option here. All right, and it will give you this webhook URL and these instructions. So with the help of this URL and following these instructions, we can create a connection with Stripe, and after that we can capture the response of that connection. Okay, so let's follow these steps written here. I am going to my Stripe account. Okay, this is my Stripe's dashboard and I am under test mode. Okay, so here we have this developers option. Click on developers. Under developers page, you will find this webhooks tab. Click on it. And here, guys, you have to click on this add endpoint URL button. Click on add endpoint, and here it will ask for the endpoint URL. So we are going to paste this webhook URL as an endpoint URL in Stripe. Okay, so click on copy in your workflow. Okay, and you can see as we have copied, started showing waiting for the webhook connections response. Okay, now let me paste the webhook URL here like this. Then it will ask when you want to send the data from Stripe to your workflow. Here it is asking on the events on your account or on events to connected accounts. So I'm selecting events on my account, and here you have to select the event as well. So click on the select event option, and here you will find the charge option. Here you can read the instruction charge.disputed.created. Okay, so here you have to click on the charge option, and here you will find this option charge.dispute.created. So you have to check this box. So this event is going to occur whenever a customer disputes a charge with their bank. Okay, now you can click on add events. Okay, then click on add endpoint. All right, and a new endpoint is enabled here in Stripe. Okay, and it is waiting for events. Now what I'm going to do, I am going to open one of my payment links that I have created in Stripe, and I am going to perform a test disputed charge event manually. Okay, how we can do this? Let me show you. Just open one of your payment links. Okay, these are all my payment links. So let's say let's open this spoken English payment link. Okay, open here in a new tab. So this is the checkout page of one of our product. This is the price. Here we can fill the email address of any demo or test customer. Here we can fill the phone number. Here it is asking for the card information. So in this card information, you have to enter the test card details which is used to perform a disputed charge event. Okay, for that you can read here. You can just open the help section of Stripe, and under help section you can open developer docs, and there you can find the test card details here. And you can see under Stripe docs, and here you can see under the dispute section, to simulate a disputed transaction you can use following card details. So for a fraudulent disputed transaction, this is the type of the disputes written here. For a fraudulent dispute, you can use this number. For product not received kind of dispute, you can use this number. For an inquiry kind of or warning kind of disputes, we can use this number. So I'm using fraudulent one. Okay, I'm just copying the card details and I'm going to paste it here. Here you can enter any test data related to the card. Okay, here let me just fill in the test details of a test customer. Okay, right, and here I filled all the things, and you can see here in my workflow it's still waiting for the response. Now let me click on pay button here. Okay, so the phone number is incomplete. Let me just fill in like this. Okay, you can see the disputed payment event is processing here, and as the process is going to be completed, the data will be captured in our workflow. Here you can see it's showing thank you for the payment, but this will go under the disputed event. Okay, because we have used the test card detail for fraudulent disputes. Let us see in our workflow, and here you can see we have received the data, and here you can see the type of the event is disputed charge. Okay, charge or dispute dot created, and here you can see the reason being fraudulent. Okay, object is dispute, and here you can see the other details of the transaction like the customer's name, email address, and the currency details and the amount details also. Okay, so the amount charge, here you can read the description, chargeback withdrawal for this kind of transaction. Here you can see the total amount, but the amount here was 2000 rupees. Here it is showing 2 lakh rupees with 2 extra zeros. Okay, this is because this decimal point hasn't been captured by the workflow, so it is showing this amount. So we can correct this amount using features of Pabbly Connect. So here in the actions step, to correct the amount, first I'm going to use the number formatter feature. Search for number formatter and select the action event as perform math operation. Then click on connect button, and here it is asking for the numbers on which you want to perform math operations. So I'm going to map this number first, the data object amount label, and to map it you just have to click here on the numbers field, and the previous step will appear here, and when you click on it you will find the amount label here like this. Let me show you. Okay, just click on it to map it, then put a comma and put 100 manually. Okay, so I have put the numbers on which I want to perform an operation, and what operation I want to perform, I want to divide this number by 100 so that we can get these 2 extra zeros removed. So select the operation as divide, then click on save and send test request, and the amount will be corrected like this. Okay, right, now guys, let's add all the details related to this dispute in MySQL's database. For that, just click here on this plus icon, and here you have to search for MySQL. select it. Then select the action event as insert row. Click on connect button. From here select add new connection. Here it is asking for the database username, database password, host address, database name and the port number. So you'll get all the details from your host tool and your SQL credentials. My port number is 3306. My database name, you can see this is my database name, connect database. Let me show you the details. Here you can see this is the database name. You can see the databases here also. This is SiteGround application tool on which I am using the SQL. Okay, here you can see the name of my database. Actually, this is the username that we want. You have to copy this and paste it here. Here you have to enter the password in the host address. You can see the host address right here, tools.siteground.com. This is my host. You have to enter your host. Here you have to enter the password and the database name is this. You have to paste it here. And after filling all the credentials, click on save and you will be connected with SQL and the connection will be saved in your account. Every connection that you make here is saved in the account. So if you want to make the connection again with the same application, you can use that saved connection. For that, you just have to use this existing connection option and it will show you the list of your saved connections like this. From here, you can choose anyone and then click on save again and you will be connected again. So you do not have to fill the credentials every time you making the connection. Okay. Right. So we are now connected and here it is asking to select the tables names. Okay. So you can see this is my SQL server and this is the table I'm using named as payment_disputes. Okay. This is the table I'm using. Okay. So I'm going to select the table payment disputes and here it is showing these 4 fields: customer name, email, dispute type and the payment amount. These are the headers of the columns I have, you can see. Okay, now to get this data here we need to map the values of these fields here. So to map the data you just have to click here and from the first tab just search for the name label and map the name of the customer like this. Similarly, map the email label and map it here. And the dispute type, you will get the dispute type in the reason label, the data object reason, it is showing fraudulent, map it. And the amount we are going to get from the second step where we have corrected the amount. Okay. Now guys, when you map the data like this, after setting up this automation in real time, whenever you are going to get a real dispute, the labels here will be updated and new data will be sent to MySQL automatically. That's why it is necessary to map labels here. Now you can check your connection with MySQL by clicking on save and send test request button and a new row will be added here in this table. You can see right now I have only one row. Let's check. I am clicking on save and send test request button. Alright, and this is the response we got here. Let's check here. I am refreshing my table. And here you can see guys, we got a new row added with the details as customer's name dummy, dispute type fraudulent, 2000 is the amount and this is the email address and these are all the same things that I have mapped here. So this is how it is going to work guys. So we are done setting up this automation and you have to set up it only once. After that it will work automatically on any real dispute. And guys, I'm going to paste the link of this workflow in the description so that you can clone this workflow in your own free Pabbly Connect account and start using this automation instantly.
So in this video, we are going to learn how to send Stripe payment notifications to team members on Telegram. Now suppose guys, if you're using Stripe as an online payment gateway to collect payments from your customer, this automation is going to help you a lot. So using this automation, whenever we are going to capture a new payment in our Stripe account, whenever we are going to receive a new payment from a customer, automatically the details of that received payment will be sent as a message on our Telegram group or Telegram channel.
In this way, you can automate the process of updating your team members for the new payments which we have received. Now, if you want to know how you can set up this automation, for that, you just have to come with me to my screen.
So as you can see, here we are on Pabbly Connect's dashboard. Now to reach this dashboard, you will get a free sign-up link of Pabbly Connect in the description box below. By clicking on that link, you can create your free Pabbly Connect account in just 2 minutes. And after reaching to this dashboard, just click on Create Workflow and give this workflow a name. For example, I would like to name my workflow as Stripe to Telegram. And then just click on Create. Now you can see that our workflow is open over here. And in this workflow, we have 2 different windows. First one is the trigger window and second one is the action window. So triggers and actions are basically those 2 concepts, those 2 principles on which this whole automation works on, where the trigger says when this happens and the action says do this. So let's begin with the trigger window. Now the idea here is, first we have to connect our Stripe account with Pabbly Connect in the trigger window, so that every time a new payment is captured, we receive a new payment on Stripe, the details of that payment will be received inside Pabbly Connect. And after that, using this Pabbly Connect's automation, we are going to send those new payment details as a message on our Telegram group or Telegram channel to update our team members as well. So let's see how it is done. Now here in our trigger window, in Choose Apps, search for Stripe. Just select it. And then in trigger event from this drop down, select the trigger event as new charge, because we want that whenever a new payment is charged in Stripe, the details of that payment should be received inside Pabbly Connect. After selecting our trigger event, Pabbly Connect gave us a webhook URL. And using this webhook URL, we are going to connect our Stripe account with Pabbly Connect and capture the new payment details. Now you must be thinking how you can add this webhook URL in your Stripe account. So to do this, you just have to follow the help text given below over here. Just copy this webhook URL from here and go to your Stripe account. Right now, I'm in the test mode of my Stripe account, but if you are in the production mode as well, if you have a live Stripe account, the process is basically the same. So here in our Stripe account, just go to this developer section and under developer section, go to webhooks. Now here at webhooks page, click on this add an endpoint button. And then here in endpoint URL, we have to paste the exact same webhook URL which Pabbly Connect gave us. Just copy this webhook URL from here and in Stripe, just paste it over here. After pasting this webhook URL, you can add a description to this webhook as well. And then here we will come to this select event section. Just click on this select event and here you will see a list of different events over here. So here the help text says that we have to select the event as charge.succeeded. So here from Stripe, we'll go to your charge section and then here we are going to select charge.succeeded as this event. In this way, we are telling Stripe that whenever a new charge is succeeded or a new payment is successfully captured in our Stripe account, the details of that payment should be sent to this webhook URL, which means to Pabbly Connect. So after selecting our event, just click on add event over here and click on add endpoint. And this is it. We have successfully added this webhook URL in our Stripe account. Now every time we receive a new payment in Stripe, the details of that same payment will be received inside Pabbly Connect as well. So here guys, you can see that in Pabbly Connect, it is showing us waiting for webhook response. This means Pabbly Connect is waiting to get some response of a new charge, of a new payment from Stripe. So let's do this. We are going to make a test payment in our Stripe account. We will go to Stripe, we'll go to this payment section and payment links. So I'm just going to make a test payment for one of my product. I have this payment page for PHP course for beginners. I'll just copy the link of this payment page and paste it in a new tab. After pasting this payment link, here you can see that this is the payment page which I have created. Now here guys, I'm just going to enter the details of a dummy customer over here. The email address, this is a dummy mobile number. And then this is the full name of the customer, demo user. Let's add a test card details. So here, these are the test card details. It's not the actual live card details. Name on card, once again, demo user. And then let's add the address as well. Old Street. So this is the complete detail, some dummy details of an order or of a customer which is going to make the payment. So just now we have entered these details. Now just click on this pay button over here. And yes, here you can see that just now this test payment is made successfully, which means we have just now received a new payment on our Stripe account on this particular payment page. And because we have connected our Stripe account with Pabbly Connect using the webhook URL, we will see as we receive this payment in Stripe, instantly within seconds, the details of the exact same payment will be received inside Pabbly Connect as well. And yes, here in our trigger response, you can see that we have received some response. And this response type is charge.succeeded, which means this is the response of a successful payment. We will scroll down to these responses and you will see a list of all the payment details which we have just now made. So here, when we will scroll down to this response, you will see the details of the customer, like you can see over here. This is the name of the same customer which we have added while making the payment. You can see the same email address, same address over here which they have entered while making this payment over here. So in this way, you can see all the details of a payment which we made on Stripe is now received inside Pabbly Connect over here. Now the step 1 of setting up this automation is completed. We have successfully received the new payment details from Stripe inside Pabbly Connect. Now after this, let's move to step 2. And in step 2, we want to basically send these new payment details to our Telegram channel or Telegram group as a message so that we can update our team members over there. So we will just scroll down, come to our action window, and here in choose app, we will search for Telegram. Just select Telegram bot over here. After selecting Telegram bot, in action event from this drop down, select the action event as send a text message or reply. Then just click on connect and select add new connection over here. Now here guys, we have to connect our Telegram bot account with Pabbly Connect. So to send messages on our Telegram group using this automation, first we have to create a bot in our Telegram account. And then we have to actually connect that bot with Pabbly Connect, and we have to also add that bot into our Telegram group or Telegram channel on which we want to send the messages and promote that bot to admin. And after that, using that bot and this Pabbly Connect's automation, we can send messages on our Telegram group or Telegram channel. Now here to make the connection, to connect our Telegram bot, we have to enter the API token of the bot over here. So let's start with creating a new bot in our Telegram account. Here you can see that I have logged into Telegram web, my Telegram account, and here in search section, we have to search for bot father over here. Just search for bot father with this official tick over here. Just click on it, click on the start button and enter /new bot. After sending /new bot, bot father is asking us to give this bot a name. For example, I would like to name my bot as Stripe payment bot. So this is the name of the bot which I want to give. Then it is asking us to give this bot a username, and the username must enter with bot or underscore bot. So I will be using this same name over here. Then let me add some number, and then at last we are going to add underscore bot over here. So this will be the unique username for this particular bot which we are creating. Let's send it. And yes, here you can see that using bot father, we have just now created a new bot in our Telegram account. By clicking on this chat link, here you can see that the chat of this particular bot is open. Click on this start button and this bot is active now. And here, after creating the bot in this message, you can see the API token of this bot. So we have to basically connect this bot which we have created with Pabbly Connect over here. And to make the connection, we had to enter the API token. So you can copy this API token from this bot father's message from here and then paste it over here. After pasting the API token, just click on save. And when we click on save, we will see the bot which we have just now created in our Telegram account will get connected with Pabbly Connect. And now using this bot, we can send messages on our Telegram group or Telegram channel. But before doing that, we also have to add this bot in our Telegram group and promote this bot to admin. So let me start creating a new group over here. I'll just create a new group and add this bot over here, Stripe payment bot. Let's move ahead. Let me give this group a name, for example, Stripe payment updates. This is the name of this Telegram group. Let's move ahead. If you want, you can add other members as well in this Telegram group. Now, after adding this bot in our Telegram group, we have to promote this bot to admin of this group as well. We have to give the admin role over here. And you can give the admin role to this bot only with Telegram's mobile application or desktop application. So using my Telegram mobile application, I'm just going to promote this bot to admin, and it is done. Just now, using my Telegram mobile application, I have promoted this bot as the admin of this Telegram group. Now, using this bot and Pabbly Connect's connection, we can send messages on our Telegram group. Now, after this, we'll get back to Pabbly Connect, and here we have connected our Telegram bot in this action step. Now, after connecting it, the first thing it asks us is the chat ID. That what is the chat ID? What is the chat ID of the group or Telegram channel on which we want to send the messages? So here, to get the chat ID, just go to Telegram web and open the group or the channel on which you want to send the messages. After opening it, here in the URL section, you can see the chat ID of your Telegram group or Telegram channel. You just have to copy this chat ID after hash, just copy it from here, and then just paste it over here. So this is the chat ID of the Telegram group on which we want to send the payment details or the message which we want. After entering the chat ID, it is asking us for the message, that what is the message that we want to send. So I want my message to be, hello team. So this is the kind of message which I want to send on my Telegram channel or Telegram group whenever a new payment is received in Stripe. I want to mention the name of the customer, the email address of the customer, their address, and the amount for which the customer made the payment in this message. So here guys, you can see that we have received all of these details over here. So here in this trigger response which we have received from Stripe, we have received all the details of the payment, like the name of the customer, their email address, their address, and also we have received their payment details like the amount of the payment as well. But here you will notice in this response of amount, you can see we made a payment of 4,999 rupees over here. But here in Pabbly Connect, you can see we have received 2 extra zeros over here. Here the amount is showing us 4,99,900. Now this is because while sending the data, Stripe actually does not support the decimal value. So that is why it has sent us the complete amount without the decimal. That is why we can see 2 extra zeros over here. So what we can do, we can actually divide this complete amount by 100 to get the exact number. So we will be using a feature, a module of Pabbly Connect that is called number formatter, using which we are going to divide this complete value of amount by 100 and remove these 2 extra zeros. And to use it, just scroll down, and before this Telegram bot step, just click on this Add Action Step button over here. And then here in Choose App, search for Number Formatter. After selecting Number Formatter by Pabbly, in Action Event from this drop-down, select the action event as Perform Math Operation and click on Connect. After clicking on Connect, the first thing it asks us is the number. That what is the number with which we want to perform the math operation. So we want to perform a math operation on this response of amount. So from this trigger responses of amount, we have to actually map this response of amount over here in this field of number. And guys, the process of mapping is very simple. Simply click on this field, and here in this drop down, you can see a list of all the responses which we have received from Stripe of a new payment being captured. And out of all of these responses, select this response of amount and it will be mapped. Then after this, just add a comma, and then we want to divide this number by 100. So I will be entering 100 over here. After entering this, in operations from the drop down, select divide and click on save and send test request. So by adding commas, you can enter as many numbers as you want. So here we have added that we want to divide this number by 100 and we have selected the operation as divide. And here you can see that we have received the correct amount of 4,999. So in this way, we have corrected the amount of the payment as well. Now here in our Telegram message section, we wanted to add all of these details. But when we click on this field, here you can see that in this dropdown, you can't see any data to map. This is because we have added a new step, a new data before this Telegram bot step. So what we have to do, we just have to reconnect our Telegram account over here. Just click on this connected button, select the existing connection which we have just now made and click on save. After clicking on save, once again we'll come to this message section and all the details of the payment which we have received from Stripe we are going to one by one map all of these details. And the process of mapping stays the same. We will just click on this field text message, and here in front of customer name, we wanted to mention the name of the customer. So we'll just click here, and from the Stripe responses, we will select the name of the customer, the response for the name of the customer, and map it over here. So here is the name, just select it and it will be mapped. Then after that, just come to email, and in front of email, we wanted to map the email address of the customer. So from this drop down, we are going to map it. Here it is, the map response of email, and map it. Then we have to map the address. So from Stripe responses, first we are going to map all the address details one by one. Like let's start with the address line 1, then add a comma. And after that, we are going to map the address line 2 and all the other details too. So address line 2, then let's map the city. The city was Bhopal. So let's map the response of Bhopal. So in this way, all the details of the payment which you have received from Stripe, you can one by one map all of these details over here in this message section. In this message, I'm just entering some basic details like the customer name, email address, and amount. But if you want, you can add all the other details as well. So at last, let's add the zip code as well. So last response is postal code. So in this way, we have mapped the complete address as well. And at last, we have the amount. So here, using number formatter, we have received the correct amount. So from number formatter responses, we are going to map the response of amount. Just I'm going to add the value over here, rupees 4,999. So whatever amount we are going to receive the payment in Stripe, for the same amount, we are going to send the message on our Telegram group. So after creating a message and mapping all the required data according to your requirement, let's move ahead, and it is asking us message thread ID and reply to message ID. So using this action, you can also reply to some existing messages. So if you want, you can enter the message thread ID and reply to message ID over here. But right now, using this automation, we just want to send some fresh messages whenever a new payment is captured in Stripe. So you can ignore these two fields. Then it is asking us disable notification, disable web page preview, allow sending without reply, protect content, and pass mode. So all of these fields are not mandatory, so you can ignore them. And here in pass mode, in this dropdown, you have two options. Either you can send an HTML based message or a markdown based message. So I will be selecting HTML over here. After this, it is asking us button labels and button URLs. So if you want, you can send some kind of buttons, a quick reply button or URL buttons with this message as well. You just have to enter the name of the button in comma separate values over here and button URLs over here. That what is the URL you want to add for that particular button. And after mapping all of these details and selecting a required option according to your choice, just click on Save and Send Test Request. After clicking on Save and Send Test Request, here you can see that we have received some response. And this response seems to be a positive response to us. This response shows that the message body which we have created over here with all the details of a payment which we have received on Stripe, this message is now sent on our Telegram group. So let's check it. We will go to our Telegram group, and yes guys, here you can see that on the same Telegram group in which we have added our bot which we have connected with Pabbly Connect, on the same group a new message is sent which says, "Hello team, we have received a new payment on Stripe. Customer name demo user. This is the email address, this is the address of the customer, and we have the amount of this payment as well." So in this way, you can see that all the details of the payment which we have received on Stripe, we have received a message notification on our Telegram channel as we have received this payment on Stripe with all the payment details. So this means the automation workflow which we have created in this video is working perfectly fine. So using this automation, whenever a new payment will be captured in our Stripe account, automatically the details of that payment will be sent as a message on our Telegram group. Now after setting up this automation, let's test this automation workflow once. We will go to Stripe and we are going to just make another test payment over here. And this time we are going to change the customer details. For example, the customer email is this time, test@pabblytudes.com. Another dummy mobile number over here. Then let's the full name will be test user, the test card details. Once again, the person's name and the address as well. So new address will be this. City is Mumbai, for example. PIN code is this. and state is Maharashtra. And click on pay over here. So just now we have entered another details of a test user of a test customer and we made another test payment. And we will see as this payment is received on our Stripe account, instantly within seconds, a message with the same payment details will be sent on our Telegram group. And yes, here you can see that on our Telegram group, this bot which we have created has sent a message which says, "Hello team, we have received a new payment on Stripe. Customer name, test user, the same customer name which we have entered while making the payment." Here you can see the same email address, the same address which they have entered, and also the amount. This means guys, the automation workflow which we have created using Pabbly Connect in this video, this automation is working perfectly fine. So not just these applications, you can connect plenty of other applications with Pabbly Connect. And guys, one more important thing. You will find the clone link of this exact same workflow in the description box below. By clicking on that link, you can clone this same workflow into your own Pabbly Connect account and use this automation workflow for free. Also, let me tell you, Pabbly Connect offers you a free plan. And in this plan, you will get some free tasks every month into your own Pabbly Connect account. So if you want to try and test this automation, you can do it for absolutely free.
Hey everyone, in this video we'll dive into the power of automated emails and how they can help you express your gratitude towards your valued customers. So guys, showing gratitude and appreciation to your customers is really important to build a strong relationship with them and improve your retention. So in this video, I'm going to show you how you can set up an automation to send automated thank you emails on receiving payments from your customers. So if you're using Stripe, this video is for you. Here you can integrate Stripe with an email service provider like Gmail in an automation workflow, and you do not have to send the emails manually. So if you have 100 or even 1,000 of customers, you can save a ton of your time and manual hassle with the help of this automation, and you can set up it without any coding very easily. So let's begin. To set up our automation, we are using Pabbly Connect, which is an integration and automation tool. And this is the landing page of Pabbly Connect. And you can find the link of this page in the description as well. From here, you can sign up for free and you will get free automation tasks every month. So sign up right now. And after that, sign in and select Pabbly Connect product and you will reach the dashboard. And from here, click on this create workflow button. Here you can give a suitable name to your workflow and then click on create button. So I have given the name here like this. Now I'm clicking on create button and you can see the workflow page is loading up here. And on this page, you will find these two modules, which are the basic building blocks of our automation, the trigger and the action. So trigger is that event which starts the workflow and the action is the automated consequence or the response of the trigger. In our use case, guys, receiving a payment via Stripe is going to trigger the workflow. Okay, and the action would be to send a thank you email to that customer. So here in the trigger, it will ask to choose your trigger application. In our case, Stripe is our trigger application. So search for Stripe here. Okay, here it is, select it. Then you have to select the trigger event on which we want to run this workflow. So the trigger event would be new charge. So it is going to trigger when someone's credit card is charged. Okay, select it. And it will provide you this webhook URL. With the help of this, we can create a connection with Stripe. And after that, we can capture the response of the connection. So you can read the instructions written here to create this connection. Let me show you directly. This is my Stripe application, guys. Okay. And I'm under the test mode. Here, guys, you can see we have this developers option available. Click on it. And under developers, you will find this webhooks tab. Click on webhooks. Here you can add a webhook endpoint to create a connection. So just click on this add endpoint button. Here it will ask for the endpoint URL where you want to send the data. So this is the URL on which we want to receive the data. So click on copy here and paste the webhook URL here. Sorry, not here, here in this endpoint URL field. And you can provide a description to this webhook connection if you want. Okay. And here it is asking listen to events on your account or connected accounts. So I want to listen, that means to trigger the workflow on my account's event. Okay. and then you have to select the event as well on which you want to trigger the workflow, okay, or send the data. So that event would be capturing a payment. So here you can read in the instructions, you need to select charge dot succeeded as the event. Okay, so here you can see we have this select event tab. Click on it. Here you will find all these options. Here you will find the charge section as well. Open it, and here you have to check this charge dot succeeded box. Check this box, then click on add events. Okay, right, and then click on add endpoint, and a new endpoint will be created like this. Okay, so here you can see it is showing waiting for events, and here it is showing waiting for the webhooks response. This means when this charge dot succeeded event is going to happen in Stripe, the data will be captured here in the response. Okay, so guys, I have so many payment links created for different products or services, and this is a payment link I have created. Let me just show you. So this is a payment link I have created for a cell phone. Okay, and we are under test mode, you can see. So here guys, I'm going to manually create a test payment, okay, to set up the automation. Okay, this is not an original payment, so let me just fill in some test details or demo details here for any test customer. And here I'm adding the test card details. This is not an original card. And here let me just add a sample address as well. Okay, right, so we have filled in all the informations. Okay, and here I'm going to click on pay button, and the test payment will be successful in a few moments. You can see it's processing. All right, so it started showing thank you for your payment. Okay, let's see in our workflow if we got the data, and here the data is already received. You can see the type is charge.succeeded, the event is this, and here you can see status is succeeded. And now when you scroll down, you will see the card details. All right, here you can see these are the card details. The name of the customer is also received, the address and the email is also received. Okay, and the amount also got captured, but here you can see the amount has 2 extra zeros present here. I have done the payment of 10,000 INR, Indian National Rupees, and here we have 2 zeros after this decimal point. So it didn't capture the decimal point here, and it's showing the 2 extra zeros. So we are going to amend this value, the amount value. I'm going to amend this using a feature of Pabbly Connect, which is called number formatter. So in the actions tab, before sending an email, let's do this. Just select number formatter option here in the action event, in the action application, and the action event would be perform math operation. Okay, then click on connect button, and now you can perform mathematical operations by providing on these numbers that you can provide here in this field. So guys, first number is this one, the amount number. Okay, so I'm going to map this amount label here in the field. So to map the label, you just have to click here, and the previous step will appear in the drop down, and when you click on it, you can find the data right here, and from here you can just search for the amount label and map it. Okay, and another number I'm going to put here is going to be 100 after a comma. You can see in the example you have to provide comma separated values. So let me just put a comma and provide 100 manually. Okay, so the things that you map here are updated every time the workflow executes. The things that you put manually will remain the same. So every time the workflow is going to trigger, this means you are going to receive a new payment. It will be automatically changed here, and it will be divided by 100 if it's needed. Okay, because we are going to get 2 extra zeros every time, so it is necessary here. Now select the operation as divide. Okay, then click on save and send test request button. All right, now here you can see we got the corrected amount in the result label. Okay, now guys, we can send a thank you email. For that to happen automatically, click here on this plus icon, and from the sections tab, connect with Gmail. Okay, so here I have selected Gmail, and the action event would be send email. Click on connect button. From here you choose add new connection option, then click on connect with Gmail, and from this window I'm going to choose that Gmail account by which I want to send those emails. Okay, so select the relevant account. Then you have to provide some additional access to your Google account. Just click on continue from here, and in a spur of a moment we'll be connected. You can see we are connected now, and here it is asking for the recipient's email address. So our recipient will be our customer. So we have received the data of the customer here in the trigger step. This is the email of the customer. So I'm going to map this email label here in this field. So let's click here from the first tab, map the email label. Okay, so when you scroll down here you will find it. So leave CC or BCC blank. We don't want to put anyone here. Email subject, so you can provide a relevant subject. So I'm giving the subject here as thank you for your payment. Okay, or you can put the subject as payment received as well. Okay, here select the content type. I'm selecting plain content type, and here you can type the email that you want to send to your customer. So let me type a standard email here. So guys, I have typed this email. You can see, hello, thank you for your purchase. I just wanted to let you know that we have received the payment of INR dash for your order. It will be processed, and if there is anything you need help, feel free to contact us. And this is a simple email I have written. You can customize your emails according to your need. And here after hello, I want to address the person to whom we are sending the email. So I'm going to map the name of the person here after hello. So you just have to put your cursor here and the previous steps will appear. So from the trigger step, you can see the name of the customers in the card details section. Here you can see. So just map the name label, okay, like this. And here I'm going to provide the amount received also after INR, and I'm going to provide the amount from the second step where we have corrected the amount. So map the amount from the second step. Okay, so these are the two things I want to map. If you want to map some other things, you can feel free and map it. And this is the mapped data is going to be updated. So every time you're going to receive new payments, new data will be placed in the email and it will be sent. Now guys, let me show you how the email is going to look like in real time. I'm just going to put my email address here in this recipient fields to show you the demo. And after that, I'm going to click on save and send test request to check if it's working, if the email is going to deliver. Okay. So guys, let's suppose this is the email inbox of my customer. Okay, now let's check the connection. I'm clicking on save and send test request button here. All right, so this is the response we got, and here we have received a new email in the inbox as well. Like we have received this email, and here you can see the subject, thank you for a payment, and you can see the mail, hello, thank you for your purchase. Just wanted to let you know that we have received the payment of INR 10,000. It will be processed and will be updated if it's shipped. And this is the same email, guys, that I have written here. You can see, and in place of the labels, the data is placed here correctly. Okay, so this is how it is going to work, guys. So we are done setting up this automation, and you have to set up it only once. After that, it will work automatically whenever you are going to receive payments. And I'm going to paste the link of this workflow in the description so that you can clone this workflow in your own free Pabbly Connect account and start using this automation instantly.
Guys, thank you so much for watching our video, and please let us know how our automation ideas are helping you in the comment section. And if you have any queries related to this application, please ask your queries from this forum link, and do check the pricing of this application from this link. And guys, we are open to ideas. If you want us that we should make videos on other aspects of your business, please do let us know in the comment section. And if you like our work, please subscribe to our channel.